My sari is so ver van my hart, maar ek hoop om haar weer te sien. Sy het in die wijk van die mooie rivier gewoon, nog voor die oorlog het begin. O, bring my terug naar die ou Transvaal, daar waar my sari woon. Daar onder in die mielies by die groen doringboom, daar woon my sari My sorry Marie is so far from my heart, I'm hoping to see her again. She lived very close to where the Moy River flows, long before the war began. Oh, bring me back to the old Transvaal, that's where my sorry stays. Down among the mealies by a green thorn tree, my beautiful sorry Marie. Ek was so bang dat die kakies my sou vang en ver oor die see sou stuur. Toe vlug ek na die kant van die Appington sand, daar onder langs die boot rivier. Verlossing het gekom en die huis toe gaan was daar terug na
Paul Creer, haal uit die verlede alles wat mooi en goed is en bou so jou toekoms daarop.
The buffaloes have exactly the same as the Freemasons.
Really?
My dad was a buffalo and I've got, his looks exactly like those.
Really?
Yeah.
So
But
you
they're
can
not
see some
Freemasons.
of them are from Rhodesia,
Yeah.
and then we can enter the main building.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Sarah?
She got a black and
Okay,
white.
sorry,
Yeah.
you have to do that over.
I don't know anything about them.
No, but you can just
Okay.
mention it because during the Anglo-Boer Wars,
Yeah. There were a lot of generals.
yeah,
There's a big problem with the floor
What?
because the Freemasons always have black and white. It's like a chessboard floor.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an idea for the future.
yeah.
So we are about to enter General's room. That is our room for all the Freemasonry memorabilia that we have. And it's obviously applicable to the Anglo-Boer War because there were a lot of generals during the war that were Freemasons.
True.
So, welcome.
Okay, after you.
So these are the Victorian war leaders who, I take it, were Freemasons.
Freemasons, yes.
Wow.
I haven't been here.
Yeah.
So
This
King of
morning.
Belgians, Field Marshal Lord Kitchener, Queen Victoria. Is she a Freemason?
I don't know, but
Probably.
probably. Probably.
I love this thatch with it.
Are these all, Boers all Freemasons?
Yes.
Look at the thatch within the thatch.
Well,
Great.
All Freemasons.
Genl de Wet was a
Okay.
Freemason.
This is the way to see it from here.
You Englishmen, the Boer said, you fight to win and go home. We Boers, he said, we fight to have our homes and families. In the name of the great architect of the universe, we will remember them all. Roger S. Webster.
This is upstairs is the Freemasonry and that Amazing.
Wel, as julle nou gedink het, die boereleiers was nie Freemasons nie, of Vryemesselaars nie, het ek vandag vir julle skokkende nuus. If you ever thought that no general of the Boers was part of the Freemasons, let me show you who was Freemasons during the Anglo-Boer War. Generaal Christian de Wet, Generaal Skalkburger, Generaal Skuil, Generaal John Delarey, Generaal Snyman, Generaal Weilbach, Generaal Hans Erasmus, Generaal Piet CRONJE, Generaal Nicolas Smit, Kommandant-generaal Petrus Jacobus Boere, Kommandant-generaal Christian Botha, Generaal Steyn, Generaal Jan Kok, Kommandant Besuitnout, Kommandant J. de Pre, Kommandant J. de Beer, Kommandant H. Pretorius, Kommandant Kruitzinninge, Generaal Hendrik Skuman, Kommandant-generaal Louis Botha en Generaal Olivier. Al hierdie boere wat hier is, was Vryemesselaars gedurende die Anglo-Boereoorlog. En hier is die bewyse. Vryemesselaars in die Anglo-Boereoorlog. Is dit nie skokkend om dit te weet nie? Hoeveel van u het al geweet? Hulle was Vryemesselaars. Hoeveel van u het geweet hoeveel boere-generale was Freemasons gewees? Vryemesselaars. En hier is hulle almal se foto's teen die muur.
Okay, all good.
Perfecto.
Perfect.
You want a picture sitting with Cecil?
Yeah, well, you're going to do that, weren't
Yeah.
you? Yeah, why not?
Swimming around again?
I could do it around.
Die leeu van die Wes-Transvaal. He was named the Lion of the Western Transvaal.
So this house that we have in front of us, it's the campaign house. It's a conference room, but it's originally thought to be Gesine Creer's house, so Paul Kruger's daughter's house. Yeah.
Right.
So let's have a little squiz inside. It's not set up like a house. It's just a conference room, and then it has artifacts and.
Yeah.
The whole thing was started with people called Milner and Jameson and Kruger, I'm told. And some say that it was for land and for freedom, and others say it was for gold. But and Opa and Boetie, one day they rode off to that war, They went to join the local commando, but what in the hell was it for? There wasn't a horse from all of the empire that never could ever be worth. Their 3 stocky, trusty, sure-footed Boer ponies that carried them over the earth. Young Boetie was scarcely the height of his Mauser in raggedy clothes that he wore. Woman Opa could shoot at the gallop, but what in the hell was it for? A Liberty Bell is all very well to ring when the battle is o'er. So many men fell, so pray won't you tell, what in the hell was it for? Oba and Tunny and Osie and Ota stayed on and looked after the farm. But soon a big band of arrogant khakis rolled up and they made it to burn. Osie and Ota, they took to the mountains, they just couldn't take any more. Oma and Tunny were sent to a camp, but what in the hell was it for? Brave Boer and Britain all died and were buried, not where they wanted to be. Tunny and Oma were laid down to rest in a hell camp cemetery. Opa, he died far away in Bermuda, and Worm on Ceylon's distant shore. And Boetie lived on with the unanswered question, what in the hell was it for? A Liberty Bell is all very well to ring when the battle is o'er. So many men fell, so pray won't you tell, what in the hell was it for? A Liberty Bell is all very well to ring when the battle is o'er. So many men fell, so pray won't you tell, what in the hell was it for? Private Shaw went off to the war with his regiment to South Africa. Heard Britannia say, go join the fray, run away for me. In love he fell with an enemy girl, and in her homestead he did dwell. She whispered as in her arms he lay, run away with me. Run away, run away, run away, run away. Then High Command said, scorch the land, ordered him, burn that homestead to the ground. Heard his conscience say, this is not the way, run away, leave it be. Went in disguise to the enemy side, but he was captured and recognized on execution day. Heard her sweet voice say, run away, get away for me. Run away, run away, run away, run away. For his love, his life he gave, till a dying day. She tended his grave, saw him as he died, and then an angel cried, come away with me. Come away, come away, come away, come away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Private Shaw went off to the war with his regiment to South Africa. Heard Britannia say, go join the fray, run away for me. In love he fell with an enemy girl, and in her homestead he did dwell. She whispered as in her arms he lay, run away with me. Run away, run away, run away, run away. Then High Command said, scorch the land, ordered him, burn that homestead to the ground. Heard his conscience say, this is not the way, run away, leave it be. Went in disguise to the enemy side, but he was captured and recognized on execution day. Heard her sweet voice say, run away, get away for me. Run away, run away, run away, run away. For his love, his life he gave, till a dying day. She tended his grave, saw him as he died, and then an angel cried, come away, come away with me. Come away, come away, come away. Come away, run away, run away, run away, run away.
In all our conference rooms have either military and
is going to open the Lord Roberts document about Kruger. And of course we've got Rudy here, also filming the event. We're in the Lord Roberts room, as you can see from all the photos around the place. And
Het waaragtig gedabbel. Het waaragtig gedabbel.
Wat?
Jy lyk nes daai meisie.
Okay, so all over to you, Sarah.
I'm going to take a seat.
So just if you rip off the plastic, don't touch the ends, because that's where the document's in. But it's very secure inside. There's a lot of sellotape because I was travelling a long way.
I just want to try to get it.
So it's like one of those Christmas presents you get when you're a young child. It's half the fun getting to it.
don't want to ruin the paper. That's the
No,
problem.
no, you won't ruin the document inside because it's got that hard cardboard.
Even the paper on the outside.
Paper on the outside is just my writing.
Yeah.
If you get one end open, you can just pull it up. There you go. Okay.
I'll pull it out.
Pull it up, yeah. It's yours.
Sure. What a privilege to be in this room and
Open it
to
up. Just unroll it.
Sure.
so you must explain, Scott.
Well, do you want to read it, Sarah?
I suppose so. All right, so proclamation of the resignation of Mr. S.J.P. Kruger. So in the year 1900. It's the 14th of September. The late President, Mr. Kruger, and Mr. Reitz, with the archives of the South African Republic, have crossed the Portuguese frontier and arrived at Lorenzo Marques with a view of sailing for Europe at an early date. Mr. Kruger has formally resigned the position he held as President of the South African Republic, thus serving his official connection with the Transvaal. Mr. Kruger's action shows how hopeless, in his opinion, is the war which has now been carried on for nearly a year, and his desertion of the Boer cause should make it clear to his fellow Badgers that it is useless for them to continue the struggle any longer. It is probably unknown to the inhabitants of the Transvaal and Orange River colony that nearly 15,000 of their fellow subjects are now prisoners of war, not one of whom will be released, in capital letters, until those now in arms against us surrender unconditionally. The Badgers must by this time be cognizant of the fact that no intervention on their behalf can come from any of the great powers, and further, that the British Empire is determined to complete the work which has already cost her so many valuable lives, and to carry to its conclusion the war declared against her by the late governments of the South African Republic and Orange Free State, a war to which there can be but one ending. If any further doubts remain in the minds of the Badgers as Her Britannic Majesty's intentions, they should be dispelled by the permanent manner in which the country is gradually being occupied by Her Majesty's forces, and by the issue of the proclamation signed by me on the 24th of May and the 1st of September 1900, annexing the Orange Free State and the South African Republic respectively in the name of Her Majesty. I take this opportunity of pointing out that except in the small area occupied by the Boer army under the personal command of Commandant General Boere, the war is degenerating and has degenerated into operations carried on in an irregular and irresponsible manner by small and in very many cases insignificant bodies of men. I should be failing in my duty to Her Majesty's government and to Her Majesty's army in South Africa if I neglect to use every means in my power to bring such irregular warfare to an early conclusion. This means which I am compelled to adopt, the means that I am compelled to adopt are those which the customs of war prescribe as being applicable to such cases. They are ruinous to the country and entail endless suffering on the Badgers and their families, and the longer this guerrilla warfare continues, the more vigorously must they be enforced. Roberts, Field Marshal, Commanding in Chief in South Africa.
There you go.
Sure.
What do you think?
Sure.
I think you'll find a place for that. I mean, having Paul Kruger's farm here, it couldn't be more relevant, could it?
Sure.
You see at the top right, it's actually got some writing in ink,
Yes, it
which is how I got it. It's sort of, I guess someone wrote that a long, long time ago. Yeah.
Sure.
So, what do you think? You like it?
It's incredible.
Good. Good.
But now I have a question.
Yeah.
When he says, I should be failing in my duty to Her Majesty's government and to Her Majesty's army in South Africa if I neglect to use every means in my power to bring such irregular warfare to an early conclusion. The means which I am compelled to adopt are those which the customs of war prescribe as being applicable to such cases. They are ruinous to the country and entail endless suffering on the bad guys and their families, and the longer this guerrilla warfare continues, the more vigorously must they be enforced. What is he saying here?
I guess he's talking about, the concentration camps and things like that. The way of stamping down on the Boers. I guess that's what he's talking about. And sending the Boers to St Helena and to, faraway places as prisoners of war.
So you reckon...
He's talking about the ramifications if they don't just put down their arms.
Yes.
More people will die.
More people will die.
So do you reckon that these few sentences here are the only written or documented sentences that show that he's going to...
No, I think the whole document is it's almost like a headmaster saying to the kids, this is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
That's what that document's all about.
But there's no document besides this that says we're going to do concentration camps.
The thing you could do with a document like this is actually get someone who is a legal expert on war to actually, undecipher it, because, it's obviously legalese in military terms, some of it, Yeah, so what the boundaries of what he's saying is unknown. But it was pretty horrible at that time anyway. Yeah, but that's the original proclamation. And what I understand is that proclamation, it's the only copy, and it's put up on a government building to alert the public to what's happening. Of course, the papers are given just like a press release with the remarks on there, but that's the original proclamation from the actual wall. And, it's it's a very, very prominent document. And you asked if Lord Roberts had signed it. Yes, he has, because it's a war document and it's a proclamation, even though it's printed name, That's his signature.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sure. So that could go in this room, or it could go in the Paul Kruger house. It could go somewhere anyway. I'll take a photo of the document. I've got photos on my website.
I'd like a photo with you.
Sorry?
I'd like a photo with you.
Oh, really? We can do that. Okay, let's just take a photo there.
Sure.
Okay. Well, perhaps Rudy can take a photo.
Yes.
Yes, I can.
You hold one side and I
Yeah.
hold one side.
Toch.
There you go. You know the story with us.
Vryemesselaars is a pretty good base, it's a pretty good place to be. With Southern Rhodesian volunteers and the men from the BSAP. And a whole lot of diggers from Australia and the Rhodesia Regiment. And the water from the Elands River was fresh and heaven sent. Oh, you Elands River, your water is heaven sent. For a whole lot of diggers from Australia and the Rhodesia Regiment. It was on the 3rd of August on a crisp South African night Then the year was 1900 with the Boer War at its height. Dealer was in those hills with his 3,000 men, and the water from the Eland's River was fresh and heaven sent. Oh, you Eland's River, your water is heaven sent. Dealer is in those hills with his 3,000 men. From the 4th of August as the sun rose in the east, for 12 long days with shell and shot they killed most every beast. There were oxen, mules and horses, and men were lying dead. But the water from the Eland's River was fresh and heaven sent. Oh, you Eland's River, your water is heaven sent. There are oxen, mules and horses, and men are lying dead. Our garrison was scanty, a couple of hundred or more. Dealer asked us to lay down arms to his 3,000 Boers. Rhodesians never surrender, that was our testament. And the water from the Eland's River was fresh and heaven sent. Oh, you Eland's River, your water is heaven sent. Rhodesians never surrender, this is our testament. Dealer is gone now, we don't know where he went. Rhodesians never surrender, and that's our testament. At the siege of the Eland's River, we made that testament. Rhodesians never surrender, and that's our testament. I married me a lady at a place much like a prairie. It's empty, but there's plenty of the best love that I've had. And I call her darling, and she calls me Lieflin. Her parents call me Tommy, and cocky when they're mad. It was a raiding party of Boers out on commando, fired upon our regiment down from higher ground. The Mausers cut right through us, and though we stormed that mountain, they shot me down and captured me and carried me along. And I was much a burden for being shot and bleeding. They left me near a farmhouse thinking I would go. But then an old man found me and put a blanket round me, nursed me back to living, although I was the foe. Now as a British soldier that fought for Queen and Empire, I have got a story that really should be told, and it should be a lesson to teach into the future. It is a tale of tolerance that all the world should know. This cruel war is over, and there's so much to settle, and men in higher places need answers from above. And if they took a leaf out of the book of these good people for an answer to their problems, they'd find a word called love. The grass was golden flowing like the hair of the old man's daughter. The sky was wide and blue as the color of her eyes. The old man was like a mountain, hard and unforgiving, but he gave her hand in marriage, so much to my surprise. I married me a lady at a place much like a prairie. It's empty, but there's plenty of the best love that I've had. And I call her darling, and she calls me Lieflin. Her parents call me Tommy, and cocky when they're mad. Look across the sun-baked earth of Africa and walk round a little town they call Dorp. Soon you'll see the crosses in a cemetery, cast in iron row on row so military. For king and empire, name and rank, and carve their regiment from corners of the British Empire. All to die was sent. They were fearless, fearless, fearless in their cause. It was senseless, pointless, hopeless, like all wars. Look across the valley where they used to be farms. Men were living there in peace, then called to arms. Left their women and their children, had to ride away. Some would die and some would live to fight another day. There at Bergendal were told to make their final stand. The monument may crumble, but the names will live on in their land. They were fearless, fearless, fearless in their cause. It was senseless, pointless, hopeless, like all wars. Some were nameless, blameless, shameless, but they fell. They were fearless, fearless, fearless in the face of hell.
I am a Highland soldier, Johnny Boere, you're my foe. But here's a wee story that I think that you should know.
Johnny Boere, you know I understand. When they take away your freedom, when they take away your land, when they frighten little children and they persecute your wives. Johnny Boere, I understand, I sympathize. When the bonny Highland cattle were taken from their pens, when the lords of the manors commandeered the heathered glens, when the clearances had chased the Highland folk across the sea, they left their bonny Scotland for the colonies. Johnny Boere, you know I understand. When they take away your freedom, when they take away your land, when they frighten little children and they persecute your wives. Johnny Boere, I understand, I sympathize. I know some of you decided to join us on our side. Together with the khakis you chose that you would ride. Some laid down arms in peace, and some just would not bend, and fought a bitter battle to the very end. Johnny Boere, you know I understand. When they take away your freedom, when they take away your land, when they frighten little children and they persecute your wives. Johnny Boere, I understand, I sympathize. I'm sure you've heard of Genl Grant and Robert E. Lee, Edward Bruce and Wallace, and civil tragedy. Two armies locked in battle, never dreamt that they would shape a mighty nation at the end of the day. Johnny Boere,
You know I understand when they take away your freedom, when they take away your land, when they frighten little children and they persecute your wives. Johnny Boer, I understand, I sympathize. You have trusted in your Lord, you've been faithful all the years. You have kept believing, you have told him all your fears. No one can kill a nation so brave and so bold. He'll deliver you from evil like the Israelites of old. Johnny Boer, they took away your land. Johnny Boer, I sympathize, I understand. Johnny Boer, you love your children and your wives. Johnny Boer, I understand, I sympathize. Marching down to Tilbury, soon to sail across the sea, a troop ship soon to round the Cape of Storms. Leaving England in the spring, one can't help but noticing all the pretty flowers were growing in the gardens of the towns. Fighting, marching day and night, the enemy is put to flight. Their bravery and courage has no bounds. Places that we occupied, there is something that I spied. All the pretty flowers were growing in the gardens of the towns.
Hierdie is die ongelooflike lots wat ons nou oormag het hier in Rustenburg. En ek wil vir julle net sê nie, hier is ongelooflike boere memorabilia, maar ook Britse memorabilia by hierdie lodge. Dis op die selfde perseel waar Paul Creer se huis is, naamlik Boekenhoutkloof, en ons gaan later 'n draai maak om vir julle te wys, weet hoe lyk dit daar in die huis. Maar wat 'n voorreg om hier te wees en om al hierdie memorabilia wat so mooi bewaar is te sien. Dit is regtig iets besonders.
All the folks back home will not believe it, but it's true. The enemy they worship, the very same Jesus that we do. For their causes many died, in death united, he decided. In history it's just another page. After all is said and done, this land belongs to everyone, and all the pretty flowers are growing where the battles used to rage. All along the roadside, up against the hillside, covering the fields, so beautiful and free. All around the crosses, all the pretty cosmos are growing where the battles used to be. They're growing where the battles used to be. Yes, they're growing where the battles used to be. And the words are scattered round on the pages blowing free, but some may still be found from a trooper's diary. I asked Colonel Keckwich, how long's it gonna be? How long will we be cornered in this town of Kimberley? He says he cannot tell me or prophesy the time that the women and the children are safely down the mine. We hope relief is coming along the railway track. A battle won at Belmont will open up a gap. For victory at Enslan and Modder we will pray, and then to break the trenches dug and held by Delray. And the words are scattered round on the pages blowing free, but some may still be found from a trooper's diary. I hear that in the workshops construction's underway of a gun they call Long Cecil that will finish off the fray. Designed by Mr. Labram, from textbooks he has found. They say it fires a shell of 28 or 30 pound. The Boers have got an answer to Long Cecil, now I fear. Long Thomas killed George Labram, that Yankee engineer. We tried a break at Dronfield, Scott Turner at our head. At Carter's Ridge he met his fate, and 24 are dead. And the words are scattered round on the pages blowing free, but some may still be found from a trooper's diary. General French is coming with New Zealand cavalry. Goodelsberg is under fire by Highland soldiery. General de Wet scattered French's transport teams. Genl CRONJE escaped and shattered British dreams. At last Long Cecil's quiet, now the Boer commando's gone. Across the veld to Paardeberg with terrible Long Tom. 74 days has seemed a century of terror and of bloodshed, but Kimberley is free. And the words are scattered round on the pages blowing free, but some may still be found from a trooper's diary. I am a mounted soldier, from Canada I came, with my fellow countrymen to fight in this campaign. I rode out as an escort for Walter Kitchener. 125 of us, that is all we were. On the 17th of June in 1902, at a place called Tafelkop, we were to rendezvous. Who it was to be with, nobody would say. Then riding from the distance on a horse came Delaray. Nothing is impossible in this war, so they say, but you will be in luck if you set eyes on Delaray. He rode up to us fearless and looked at everyone and said, come to my lager down at Durancombe. General Kemp is waiting, his commando is still armed. But you have my word, nobody will be harmed. Nothing is impossible in this war, so they say, but you will be in luck if you trust in Delaray. We rode up to the lager, they laid their weapons down. Our general gave a speech and paid homage to the crown. He said, you're part of the empire when your new flag is unfurled. It's the fairest and the freest institution in the world. Nothing is impossible in this war, so they say, but you will be in luck if you make peace with Delaray. Then tables they were laid in a tent out on the plain. There was ham and tongue and chicken, cigars and French champagne. And his burghers took their hats off, they had no more to say. And as each of us departed, we shook hands with Delaray. Nothing is impossible in this war, so they say, but you will be in luck if you shake hands with Delaray. Nothing is impossible in this war, so they say, but you will be in luck if you shake hands with Delaray. Nothing is impossible this war, so they say. But you will be in luck if you shake hands with Genl de Wet. Oh, the battle at Marder River, the wrecking of the armored train. Oh, the carnage at Gielandslaagte and the tragedy at Fontein. Confusion at Colenso, the British lost their guns. But Delaray and Roberts, those generals lost their sons. But we are good friends now. The battles rage no more. No gunfire in the Kranzes, no prisoners on foreign shores. We are good friends now, but crosses in the veld show futility of war, a solemn testament. African and Boer and Britain, then they all joined hands, loyal to the British Empire's causes in foreign lands. Side by side they perished at the Somme at Delville Wood. They held the line at El Alamein and the Battle of Tobruk. But we are good friends now. The bullets cease to fly. No shells, no gas, no mortars, or shrapnel in the sky. We are good friends now, with many a tale to share, about white crosses in green fields and the poppy that we wear. We are good friends now. We are good friends now. We are good friends now. We are good friends now.
So hier is ons nou in Rustenburg en ek staan tans by die huis van Pieter Kreer. Sal nou vir julle 'n bietjie meer vertel van hierdie huis. En dit was die seun, ek dink van Paul Kreer. Maar soos julle kan sien, reën dit nogal lekker vandag. Dit is nou hier in Oktober 2025. En as 'n mens dink, hoe was die lewe hier waar Paul Kreer gebly het, op hierdie plaas van hom? Die dametjie sê dat hier in die onderkant van die plaas was daar lemoenbome gewees, al die jare. So hierdie was eintlik ook 'n sitruswêreld gewees. Maar as 'n mens kyk, kyk hoe vol avokados is hierdie boom net nie, wat hier so is. So dis eintlik pragtig om hierdie reën so te sien val, en die aarde is behoorlik droog. En kyk, is dit nou avokados of is dit nou mangoes? Het lyk vir my na mangoes. Kyk hoe sit hulle in hierdie boom. Ja, baie van hulle. Maar daar reën dit nou lekker hierso by Boekenhoutfontein, waar die destydse staatspresident Paul Kreer gebly het. En nou val dit behoorlik hier op hierdie Sondag. Ek weet nie of hier iets in hierdie huis is nie, ons sal maar nou sien as hy vir ons hier so oopgesluit het. Maar dis hoe dit hier lyk. Daar onder die boom is 'n paar rooi bokke wat so op wegkruip vir die reën. Ek dink hulle is baie dankbaar, want nou gaan daar weer baie kos hier in die veld wees. En dit is so, 'n mens praat dikwels met daai Afrikaanse woorde, ja, as hierdie mure kon praat. As hulle kon praat, wat was hierso gesels op hierdie lekker plaasstoep? Oor die gebeure van daardie jare toe die Britte in Suid-Afrika aangekom het. Hoe gaan dit met die volgende verkiesing? Wat moet die boere doen om hierdie Britte te stuit? Moet ons oorlog maak of moet ons nie oorlog maak nie? Nou as julle nou kyk so reg voor julle, daai gebied was vol lemoenbome geplant gewees in daai tydperk. Miskien het Paul Kreer ook dalk daar gaan rondloop, om 'n lemoen gepluk en die vrug van die aarde geniet. Ons staan nou net so in die onderkant van Pieter Kreer se huis. En hier is 'n monument of 'n skild van hierdie dame Emily Black. 3 Oktober 1880 tot 26 Oktober 1960. Nou ja, sy was nie baie populêr by die boere gewees nie. En so 'n paar maande gelede was ek saam met 'n groepie mense op pad Swart Riggens toe, waar sy begrawe is. Nou, sy het van die gewonde Britse troepe gaan haal en versorg. En daarom was sy nie populêr by die boere gewees, omdat sy hulp verskaf het aan hulle nie. Maar nou is hierso ook soos julle gedink, so julle muur vol van wie was Emily Black ensovoorts. In elk geval hier op die muur is 'n hele geskryf of 'n hele geskrif van wie Emily Black is en wat het sy gedoen ensovoorts. En toe lees ek nou hier op die muur, hierso staan geskrywe, sy was op 27 Oktober 1903 het sy 'n man met die naam van Thomas James Houston in die St Albans Cathedral of die St Albans Kathedraal in Pretoria het sy met hom getrou. En hulle het 5 kinders gehad. Nou as 'n mens nou hier lees, Don is oorlede op die ouderdom van 16 jaar. Toe het sy nog 'n kind, Erik, wat as baba dood is. Sy het nog 'n dogter gehad, Doreen, wat oorlede is toe sy 1 jaar oud was. En dan Errol Chapman, hy was op die 21ste Augustus 1907 gebore, en hy is op 23 April 1977 is hy oorlede. Maar hierso is ook nou nog 'n hele geskryfde gedeelte van wat sy gedoen het en hoe sy vereer was deur Baden-Powell oor haar heldedade wat sy verrig het om gewonde Britse soldate te red wat gewond was. Nou hierso staan dit hier in die onderkant, maar naby 'n plek met die naam van Megato's Neck. Julle gaan nou die video met die materiaal sien, is daar 'n monument. En daar het baie daar het 'n groot geveg uitgebreek tussen die boere en die Britte. En daar's 'n skool daar in die omgewing op pad Swart Riggens toe. Daar's so 'n motorhawe en daar's 'n skool daar met die naam van Oom Paul se skool. Nou die skool is opgerig vir leerders wat gesukkel het om te leer. En reg agter hierdie skool, hy's natuurlik nou potblou geverf, is die monument daar bo op die koppie gesit vir die boere wat oorlede is.
Yes.
Wow.
All right. So, you obviously saw the pioneer cottage,
Yeah.
which is where you were standing under Rudy, and that is the oldest known settlement in the Transvaal. So it's huge. It's huge. It's almost as big as the fact we're standing in Kruger's house. You know,
Yeah.
it
Okay.
is as big as that fact.
Yeah. So this is really the foundation of the Boer Republic.
Yes.
That's what we're saying.
I'd love to say it like that. And so he bought the farm, and then he built that White House, which we'll be going to, and he built that in the 1860s.
Right.
And then he built this house in 1873, and you can see the development of wealth. It would have been very strange to have a double-story home in the Transvaal at that time, and then also it's built in a Cape Dutch style,
Right.
which would have been, you know, close to home,
Yeah.
or because when he was 10 years old, as we know, he left the Cape and then went on the Groot Trek. And so in his slightly later years, this was his farm, and this was where he had his
And there he
16
is.
babies.
16 babies.
His 16 babies.
What a wife.
But that was before television.
That's exactly what I said. So what is also very significant in this house is the amount of Transvaal furniture we have.
Wow.
Because of the scorched earth policy and the fact that they just burnt all the Boer houses, and a lot of them in the Transvaal, we've lost a lot of our Transvaal furniture.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot of pieces of Transvaal furniture, which is very, very special.
So they didn't burn down Kruger's house.
No, there was quite a lot of damage, I believe, to this house.
Yeah.
But it was restored over the years.
Right.
Yeah, because Kruger's son, Piet, they left this farm because of the war, and I think they left in the year 1900. And but he still managed to get captured as a prisoner of war, and he went to St Helena, and then he came back, and him and his wife Cecilia lived out the rest of their days here, and they are.
Oh, so they came back to this farm.
Yeah.
Right.
So he was captured, taken
So
away.
they didn't take the farm away from them.
No, well, I'm sure the British sort of annexed it for whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
You know, you might have had guys sleeping in here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so a bit that I.
Would that be an original, the one above?
Oh, yeah, we'd think that one's.
That's
one's
from
an
Kruger's
original.
time.
Yeah, that one's from Kruger's time.
I wonder what that's a Blesbok, is it?
That is a black Willoughby's.
Black
But I'd have to check if they were in this area
Yeah.
and not blue Willoughby's.
This is a bedroom.
So this would have been a bedroom, his main bedroom I'll take you into. Maybe that was his children's bedroom or a guest bedroom. I don't know where they all slept because, yeah,
But this
That's
is
many moons ago.
many moons ago.
long time ago.
And obviously not everybody made it to adulthood.
And with these trunks, I love trunks because my parents used to travel with a lot of them.
Yes.
Is that way back from them? Because metal trunks used to be certainly in the 1960s.
So yeah, so that would have been older. That probably would have been for one of his children had it in the older days or that sort of thing.
And that wooden box, did you ever look to see what's inside it?
I have not, but there are other wooden boxes and things inside it.
Okay. All right, fantastic.
And then we have, this is a very beautiful piece. This is a family tree, and it's painted.
So that's from their time?
Yes, that's from their time. That's their family tree.
So they would have had this in their house when Kruger was here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what does it say there?
So
the people.
those are the family members.
Oh, okay.
Look at it as it goes up and it goes
wow.
up. Yeah. Yeah.
Would that have just been South Africa or before they came to South Africa?
No, because it's Stephanus Johannes Creer, so it would have started with him and then his wife.
Ah, okay,
yes,
right.
can you see that?
Yeah.
And then they were then it was
branches.
his kids and amazing.
Yeah. And that's his wife, the one who had 16 kids.
You can see he kept her very happy.
She's saying, when are you going to stop?
Woman. This is Christina Creer. So Kruger married another woman, and she died during childbirth, their first child.
Oh, wow.
And she was actually, Christina was her cousin. And so after she passed away, Christina and Kruger got married. And then they had all their
16 children.
Their babies.
And is that also from the original house, do you think?
I think it's
The horns.
That's a waterbok.
no, that's an impala. That's a very big impala.
Yeah, this looks like a waterbok.
That's a very big impala. I can't say. I don't know. Here. This is also amazing. It used to have little stickies in it, but people steal everything they can. So this is a calendar.
Oh, okay.
So there you would have your days of the week, Sondag, Maandag, Donderdag, and then you have all your days, and then you have all your months. And so you put your little sticky.
So you know where you are.
So you know where you are.
Yeah, I wonder whose job it was to do that.
Oh, one of the kids. And then you have a squiz at the kitchen.
Oh, wow. I don't think women today would be very happy with a kitchen like that.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Can you imagine with 16 kids how much food you'd be cooking?
Yeah, but the whole would be cooking.
Wow, that's amazing. And it's got a dung floor, yes?
Huh?
It's got the
Maybe you can just start in that room there, so that you can unlock it and leave it locked for me and unlock when you can do this. Thank you, everyone.
And this is the
So, now we are going into the lounge.
Okay.
When apparently most of this wallpaper was taken off, and then a piece of it was sent back to Holland to get it reprinted.
As it was.
As it was.
Yeah.
This.
The tragedy about Paul Kruger's house in Victoria is that there's easy, it's rather like this, there's easy access to the stuff that's on the table.
So,
but they've got one black curator who doesn't wander around with the tourists, and you can see how things have been taken.
So what I have a goal to do is, so I'm trying to raise funding, and then I want to set, the goal is to make it like the Anglo-Boer War Museum in Bloemfontein. Because those things are also protected. So I want everything in cases.
Yeah.
Right? Or even like...
Under glass, like that.
Yeah. Or even perspex. And then you make perspex. Yeah. Because that's exactly, you wait till we see the next building, then you'll see.
Oh, you see how things have been taken?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we reckon that this would have been an extension, because there are windows inside.
Oh,
They
yeah.
might have done that for light.
Yeah.
We don't know, but we reckon it's likely that.
Do you think this is where Kruger used to sit and decide what's going to happen in the Transvaal?
That's very possible.
Because it's, I mean, look at that desk.
Yeah.
Would that be original, do you think?
Because this is not sort of Transvaal. It might have come a little bit later.
Right, but that's Transvaal.
This is original, and this is one of the most intricate chairs of the time in the Transvaal because of these decorations.
Yeah.
It's actually a very special chair.
You know, powder horns and...
This is also very cool. This is a roll of tobacco that was gifted to Kruger. We have lots of very interesting bits of
That she says that.
And the only book Kruger ever read was that. And this would have been his favorite. This is his main favorite.
Well, I can see which side the crude is stuck on. It's kind of flat. So these photos are obviously from the farm. Yes. And this is...
And then we get to, this would be a child bedroom.
Yeah. How you going there, Rudy?
Fine.
The light really helps, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
I thought it's going to be a bit dark.
Yeah. Now, you're not allowed upstairs?
No, it's mostly storage up there.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So there's nothing interesting.
No, but you can see my concerns, huh?
Yeah.
With the blasting.
Wow. Is that because of blasting?
I reckon.
Yeah. Look at that crack.
Any chance to go up there?
No,
Not.
it's all storage.
Yeah, that's a nasty crack.
So, another thing that's really amazing in this house that I would love to point out to you is the roof. So look at how they bound the wooden planks, and then how they put wooden bolts in it to hold it.
Yeah, because they didn't have nails back then.
Isn't that spectacular?
Yes.
And they knew how to cut the wood so that it would fit into each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very good. And very dark. My camera say, what the heck are you doing to me? Yeah.
And then at this time when he built this house, he was lucky enough to get glass. So that you'll see that house, there was no glass in the transport.
Right.
That house, there was no glass, and then they put it in later. And then by this time, he was able to get glass in the transport.
Fantastic. I think the range is set now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Aye. Yes.
Please, please. You can walk this way if you want. You can walk this way there and ask him. Many years ago, the Rustenburg Museum shut down, and so they donated all their stuff to us. So this building here has a lot of the Rustenburg Museum's past pieces, and then we also have a very old bed in there that was in that other house that that you went to look at, the Broncos house.
From the Broncos.
Yeah, so it's very, very
that's
old.
the oldest bed in Transvaal.
Yeah, well, yeah, one of them, definitely, definitely.
All right, let's go around
Yeah,
and have a look at the other
Have a
side.
little look here.
So that's the front of the oldest Kruger house, Paul Kruger house,
Yes.
farmhouse.
And so this farmhouse was built in 1862.
Right?
So he lived here in this
Yeah.
house from 1862 to 73 when he built that house.
Yeah.
And he would have lived in here even with his children.
Right.
And I'm sure that they also would have put some of their children in the Bronkhorst case as well. So
Well, they had 16 of them, so that's a problem.
yeah, absolutely. So it originally had thatch as well, but also reeds in the inside.
Yeah.
So in the Transvaal, they would use a lot of reeds or like bamboo kind of looking reeds for building. Also on the property, there's a lot of bamboo over there. So they probably would have used some of that as well. And then you'll notice around there some trees that should not be here because they're not indigenous, like the frangipanis. You can see
Yeah.
that they've been here for a long time.
They're huge.
There was a Madagascan baobab behind the house before, so they say that when guests would visit from other countries, they would bring plants
Ah, right.
and
that's good.
trees as gifts.
Yeah, right.
And unfortunately, some of them were invasive, but not frangipani, so they are quite beautiful.
Yeah, and they smell good.
And they smell love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, can we go in?
Yes.
Yeah.
We go in the back.
Oh, go in the back way.
Yes.
Right, okay.
We can most definitely.
Yeah.
No, you go.
Okay, we'll just walk you around the side of Kruger's house. Here's the back wall. Now these tours are all available through Hierdie, the hotel that we're staying at. They're absolutely fantastic. And Sarah, as I mentioned earlier, is the manager and co-owner of the hotel. So, Sarah, over to you.
Yes, please. Well, this one is sort of a walk around
Yeah.
and look inside. Not too much of a tour here, but I'll
Yeah.
point out some pieces.
All right. Hey, a couple of loose bits there. You can see where the traffic's going. Are you allowed to go in? Okay.
So this is the bed that is in the closet.
So that's the oldest bedroom you
Well,
could say. It's probably one of the oldest.
it's probably one of the oldest. You can see here with the wood how they cut it in this deep, another piece into it. They were very
Innovative.
very innovative.
Yeah.
So yeah, have a little look see around.
Yeah.
Some of these pieces are obviously older pieces, newer pieces.
Yeah.
You know, that would have been from a little bit further on.
Yeah. Now, what would this be?
I'm not exactly sure what it was. Maybe a music box of some sort.
It looks like telecommunication.
Some
Because you see, if you look at...
surveying and drawing. Must have been a surveying.
It's got like little holes here, like the 4 different sizes or something.
Yeah.
you put in.
Here it says surveying and drawing, so
Okay.
it must have been a bit of a surveying kit.
Yeah. And what's this one?
I think that's the plans for Rustenburg town.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 1874. This was
Wow.
the plan. So here you had Kerk and that was what the diagram looked like.
I wonder how many people know who was the designers of the vierkleur. Right there.
so there.
Marthunis van der Hof en Anton Schubert. Dit
there you go.
ontwerp.
Keep it up there.
Hulle gebruik die kleure, Nederlandse vlag, rooi, wit en blou en voeg daarbey 'n simboliese groen paneel. Die vierkleur was designed by Marthunis van der Hof en Anton Schubert. They adopted the colors of the Dutch, the flag, red, white and blue. Die vierkleur word op 6 Januarie 1857 vir die eerste keer op Potchefstroom gehuis, eerwaarde Dirk van der Hof verduidelik die betekenis van die vlag. I just wanted to tell you, do you know the meaning of the color of the vierkleur?
No.
Vir wat die vlag, okay. I'll tell you now, met die uitsondering van die periode 1874 tot 1875 en 1877 bly die vierkleur die nasionale vlag tot 31 Mei 1902. Die vierkleur is gehuis by die woning van klein inspekteur Heer Arnoldi van Bloubank, Magaliesburg. Now, Bloubank is just on the opposite of Magaliesburg Station. Met die uitbreek van die Anglo-Boereoorlog in 1890 is gevrees dat die Britse soldate die vlag sal konfiskeer en vernietig. Die vlag is egter gered deur Rebecca Arnoldi, wat dit as onderrok gedraai het. My word. This vierkleur was hoisted outside the office of the Claims Inspector of Bloubank, Magaliesburg, Jacob Arnoldi. With the outbreak of the Anglo-Boer War in 1899, it was feared that the British forces would confiscate and destroy the vierkleur. Rebecca Arnoldi saved the flag from this eventuality by wearing it as a petticoat under her crinkle-line dresses. So, do you know the meaning of the vierkleur?
Yeah, the 4 colours.
Yeah, do you know the meaning of it?
No.
Well,
The green on the flag means almost that old TV series, How Green Was My Valley.
Yeah.
Referring it to Natal area. It's always green. The, what's the other color? The white color is the pureness of God. The red is the blood of Jesus Christ. And the blue is our blue sky in South Africa.
Okay.
It's beautiful. Eh?
Yeah. I'm just going
It
to
actually got a meaning.
Yeah.
So tell us more.
I don't know what to say.
So this was the first house of Paul Kruger.
Yeah, this is the first house he built. You can see
Are these still original? Do you think so?
I think so.
I think so
Yeah,
too.
I do think so.
I mean, if you, this is
That is.
the nice thing of this tripod. And if you can go there, you can just look how they assemble the wood on top to keep it there for not falling down.
Yeah.
I wonder if this was ever done. I doubt it.
So they would have used a lot of, so as I said, this farm is called Boekenhoutfontein. So we spoke about the fountain, the spring, but Boekenhout is the tree that grows on this farm a lot.
Yes.
So we'll show you some Boekenhout. And they would have built a lot of their furniture in the Transvaal out of Boekenhout.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially, obviously, in this area, because that's what they had to use.
So, in that area there, it's just some of the little artifacts from
Which,
the house.
well, that side, those are really wonderful. I love that side very much.
Oh, the other side?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have some
Look at that.
artifacts a lady sent me because she was moving out of her house to an old age home that was made at St Helena. I'll pop in one day and I'll bring it to you. I saw the house of Genl Piet CRONJE, a photo of him at Kent Cottage. When I was on that island, I walked to his house, but it was very neglected. It seems like somebody stayed there. Don't know if the person died. Seems like they had a burglary inside. He could never, go and meet the Boers at Deadwood Camp because some of them wanted to kill him because they saw him as a traitor of the Boers.
Yeah,
Because Genl de Wet sent Dani Tron to help him to escape from Paardeberg, but he did not want to listen. He also had women and children with him during that battle with Roberts at Paardeberg. So, if he did what Genl de Wet said to him, you gotta leave now, it would have been a different story, because the Wet had about 2,000 to 3,000 men, or 200 to 300 men on his side. And CRONJE had about 4,500. So they could easily overrun the British, because what they wanted to do is they wanted to get to Modderrivier, but there's no more water for them. And obviously they ran out of ammunition. if he just listened to it, it would have been a different story today.
Here's the rest of the surveying equipment.
Yes, you're going to see some more.
Oh.
And this also looks like a piece of ceramic or some kind of piece of
Yeah, it's probably the thing that they hold and point that to.
They're
It's got like little levels at the bottom.
very, 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 very clever. So this is quite a cool site. This, as you can see here, they would have made butter or something like this.
This is in the old house. I'm using just bits and pieces. This would have been history.
Yeah.
So you can imagine 16 kids running around here. Oh, she must have been a tiger. I mean, to control 16 kids. Poor Kruger, he must have gone for the bush. I can see why he stayed in the bush. Oh, that's lovely. That's sterling and silver.
Love this.
So they rolled it through there.
Yeah, because I think,
Shows how it works.
well, I think they put the sort of the milk curdy stuff here,
Yeah.
and then they would just keep on rolling it
Oh,
so that it would start sort of solidifying,
Yeah.
and that's how they would make their butter.
Wow.
Yeah.
The latest and best appliances. That's funny. Look at that. Cream separating, butter making, milk testing, the transit of milk.
This is what we were talking last night about. Die passer.
Yes, all the compasses and so
Yeah.
yeah.
We couldn't get the English name for it.
I think it's a compass. I'm pretty
A
sure.
sector compass.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
So these are all. That's horseshoes, obviously.
horseshoes, then we have how they used to make their own shoes.
The profiles of it.
They would make their profiles of their shoes, and then just some tools as well that they would have used on the farm. Then we have a yoke up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are just very interesting pieces to browse at.
It's actually a very small house. Isn't it?
But you probably find it was even grand for the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can understand why he built a second house.
Yeah.
With all the kids.
Definitely can. Right.
Yeah.
As I said, it is a good show of the development of wealth. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, in 1892 they had brought out the first money, the Kruger money. So that gives you an idea of how well they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 1892 double-shafted crown is very interesting because it was actually a mistake. It didn't have an ox wagon, it had some other type of wagon. So they only issued about 1,000 of them before they realized the mistake, and they had sent all the others back. And they had to have it with a single shaft crown, which is the ox wagon. And those were the ones which are the more common crown.
Yes. Oh, fascinating. So I guess those 1,000 odd are quite valuable.
Oh yeah. They're very distinctive.
So this is actually very significant, and it's a tragedy that the story is not more well known.
Yeah.
So this young lady's name was Emily Back.
Right.
She was a governess for an Afrikaans family, actually. And a battle broke out near Koster River, and she found a horse that was abandoned by a wounded soldier, and she got onto it, and she rode into the live and active battlefield to try rescue men.
Wow.
Try rescue soldiers, try bring some of them back. She rode to try find a doctor into town. So she was very heroic. I think it was the Welsh troops and the Australian troops tried to recognize her. They gave her some of their belongings.
Wow.
The British Empire never recognized her and never gave her anything, and she never got a medal. But Jan Smuts referred to her as the woman or the girl who was an honor to South African womanhood.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's quite an
amazing.
accolade. And
Emily Back, I've
was
never heard of her.
She was a 19-year-old girl, hopped on a horse, rode into a live battlefield.
Wow.
Yeah,
Ja,
And that's her little plaque underneath.
and that's a little.
My sari Mare is so ver van my hart, maar ek hoop om haar weer te sien. Sy het in die wijk van die mooie rivier gewoon, nog voor die oorlog het begin. O, bring my terug naar die ou Transvaal, daar waar my sari woon. Daar onder in die mees by die groen doringboom, daar woon my sari Mare. My sorry Mare is so far from my heart, I'm hoping to see her again. She lived very close to where the Moy River flows, long before the war began. Oh, bring me back to the old Transvaal, that's where my sorry stays. Down among the meadows by a green thorn tree, my beautiful sorry Mare.
Ek was so bang dat die kakies my sou vang en ver oor die see sou stuur.
Toe vlug ek na die kant van die Appington sand, daaronder langs die groot rivier.
Verlossing het gekom en die huis toe gaan was daar, terug na die ou Transvaal.
My lieflingspersoon sal seker ook daar wees, om my met 'n kus te beloon. O, bring my terug na die ou Transvaal, daar waar my sari woon. Daar onder in die mees by die groen doringboom, daar woon my sari Mare. Afraid that the Cockies would catch me and send me far across the ocean's tide, so I fled to the land of the Uppington sand, down by a great riverside. Liberation has to come, and we can all go home, back to the old Transvaal. My love will surely be waiting there for me with her kiss when I'm back in her arms. Oh, bring me back to the old Transvaal, that's where my sorry stays. Down among the meadows by a green thorn tree, my beautiful sorry Mare.